get back out there so that we can be in the same bars lineup and add to the history.
They say a dream is just a dream until you make it happen.
We train together, I feel like our whole life is definitely more fun. My sister there was definitely a plus.
Let's find a place that they don't know. Somewhere where the hopes are high, time goes slow.
Sloan taught me my back handspring. Oh yeah. Just in the room of our house, pillows everywhere. She spotted me. We were young.
It's everything we wanted if it just looked close.
I try to pour into Sky, but Sky helps me so much. She just reminds me of where I have been, where I will be, and just kind of keeps my head straight. To enjoy every moment, this final year of gymnastics together.
And it is not just a treat for the Blakely sisters, it's a treat for all of us because we know what they are capable of. You see Sky Blakely, the former elite, Sloan Blakely, an All-American, and we know that she is going to write a lot more in her gymnastics career in her final season. Alex and Anastasia back with you. It's such a cool experience, right? For Sloan to be able to finish out her career with her sister, what more can you ask for?
I know, and gymnastics is already that sister community, but having each other, sister and sister, Sloan and Sky, they're a dynamic sister duo, and they're here to have excellence. They want to bring that title home for Florida, and I can only wait to see them, especially for Sloan going in her senior season.
And it's so exciting to see Sky here as well. It just speaks to how the elites are making such an impact in NCAA gymnastics. I mean, just this year alone, Leanne Wong on Florida, Jade Carey on Oregon State, still putting up massive numbers. She's the #1 all-arounder in the country right now, and that should only continue here in this NIL era. Florida going to the bars. We'll get a chance to see Sky Blakely in her only event when we return. This is presented by Sprouts Farmers Market, official healthy grocer of the Southeastern Conference. A very special visitor in the house in Athens last week at the Georgia Boise State meet. How about the 11-time Olympic medalist, most ever, Simone Biles, and her husband, Jonathan Owens, with Cecile Concato-Landy, her former head coach, now the co-head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. Just so exciting to get that type of environment and that raucous energy back inside Stegman Coliseum. Right now, though, the Bulldogs have some work to do. Florida with a 49.55 on vault, the highest vault rotation in the NCAA this year.
They just gotta continue to use their momentum forward and do what they're capable of. Here we have Naya doing a Yurchenko full, starting at a 9.95, very clean in the air, and you can see that she was able to absorb that landing. Very critical for the gymnast, and especially what the judges are looking for.
Anastasia, we hear that so much. Yurchenko full, Yurchenko 1.5. What does that mean?
It means the entry and the level of difficulty onto the vault that comes out, and you flip and land onto the mat. And it's critical because that is a 9.95 start versus a 10.0 on a Yurchenko 1.5.
Right, the most they can get on a Yurchenko full, even a perfect vault, is only a 9.95.
Yes.
Florida on bars starts with Sloan Blakely. This is the event that Florida had the most trouble with against LSU. This is a pretty good leadoff right here.
She's not having any trouble on this event this time. She is so dynamic. Watch this handstand right here. She always hits it on top. She's going to do a double front dismount. She typically sticks this. I may have jinxed her a little bit, just a little under rotation on that, but very clean and much improvement from LSU Gymnastics.
And much better than last week when they fell. And there are her parents, Stephanie and Steven. They are pumped, as you expect. And I think they're even more excited the fact that they can go to one meet and see both of their daughters at this point. They'll have to travel all over the country and all over the world to watch both of them.
I know, when I was talking to them, I said, you guys are needing a double jersey, Sloan and Sky, supporting each other at these meets.
Here's Nicole King, the junior from Johns Creek, Georgia, for the Bulldogs. Did not compete last week, but she did exhibition. This is her first vault of the season.
She will be doing a Yurchenko full, again, that 9.95 start a large hop backward. She did have a lot of over-rotation, which will result in probably a 210 deduction.
Those lines, by the way, that you see in the landing zone on the mat, they're not guaranteed deductions, but they do help the judge know whether they land in the middle or not.
Yeah, and it allows that more of an air awareness of where this gymnast is landing. Is it to the left? Is it to right? Because you're really looking for all gymnasts to be vertical and aligned with the vault table.
So here is Anya Pilgrim following up Sloan Blakely's 9.825, that is. She bounced back from the fall with a 9.85 last week.
She'll be doing a connection here called a Maloney half. I would have loved to see her legs or knees a little bit tighter on that. Judges are definitely going to take that off. And a half in, half out. And she finds that landing. She is exactly what she needed to boost that score up a little bit higher.
Loudest this building has been all night long right there on that stick.
Let's check this out again. A half in, half out. A full twisting double tuck. Eyes straight forward, completely posed, calm demeanor. That is how Anya Pilgrim rocks.
So now for Georgia, so far a 9.85 for Nia Howard. We wait on Nicole King's score, but the Hungarian international Cenge Bacskoy. 10-0 start value here.
This is exactly what this Georgia team needs. And she is so capable of having that stick, but not this time. She just had a slight step forward, over rotation. I would have loved to see her arms extend to limit that rotation a little bit better.
She's capable of so much too. She qualified for the Paris Olympics on vault, always wanted to compete for Hungary, dreamed of the opportunity to make the Olympics, and when she was still with Nebraska, she made that dream a reality. Here's Riley McCusker, who missed all of last year after ankle surgery. At one time when she was doing elite gymnastics, this was one of the best bar workers in the entire world. And Jenny Rowland wants to get her right back to that level, thinks she can.
Watch her beauty on this combination. Maloney immediately to a back salto. That is a D to D combination. And then to another release move, a Maloney half. And I keep saying D and Ds for every athlete because every gymnast has a grade level when it comes to gymnastics. And she nails that double layout. Watch this right here. A Maloney, a D combination down to the low bar. Beautiful execution. Watch her toe point. That's what makes Riley so impressive. Slight leg separation in the air, but I'm so happy for her. She is back on the floor. Head coach Jenny Rowland always says that she's just got to bring her confidence back up. It's been about 2 years since she's competed, so she needs to get those numbers under her belt.
Time for another impact transfer. Anaya Smith coming over from the Sun Devils.
Huge! 1.5,
Wow.
starting at a 10.0 start value. That was incredible. The height, the distance, and just that slight hop forward. Let's check this out again. Huge. Yurchenko 1.5, and she does so well with this block and then just holding very quickly to limit any deductions that any judges could take on that. She was so quick, which I loved about that.
And excited about that vault. Right now they'd be dropping Nicole King's 9.8, nothing below a 9.825 at the moment from Bacskoy. And now here is Sky Blakely, her only event, because as everybody can remember, in training, competing at U.S. Nationals with that devastating Achilles injury.
She is the best, one of the best bar swingers in the country. Watch this skill right here. Extremely difficult. It's called a Higgins. It is where your hands are inverted, and she nails her dismount double front with a half and just drills it down to the floor. You can see her family is so happy. She is such an admirable gymnast. Let's check this out again. Watch this release move. It is called a Stalder Ray, immediately down to the low bar. And then in this dismount, a double front with the half. You can see it in her eyes, and look at her mom right there. She is a proud mother of her daughter. Only 6 months after that Achilles tear. That is incredible. What an inspiring athlete.
Yeah, and Stephanie has seen a pretty good vault or two in her time as a gymnastics mom. Here's the freshman Nyla Aquino.
Wow. Another 10.0 start value. That was called a soup full. And what an amazing landing. Let's check this out again. Very difficult entry, very unique. She just pops up, and what makes her so special is that she flares her hips, stares right into the front of the table, and just says, I just stuck back.
Co-head coach for Georgia, Ryan Roberts, said she just has the it factor, and she is going to be an all-arounder very, very soon. Selena Harris Miranda now, 9.825 for her in back-to-back weeks on bars. This is already a solid rotation. They're dropping Sloan Blakely's 9.825 at the moment from the leadoff spot, and nothing below a 9.875 coming from the Cusker.
Here's the transfer from UCLA, Selena Harris Miranda, huge ray. Hits that handstand right on top. Holds that handstand, a very veteran move there. Another handstand that's hit right on top. And just a dismount immediately to a double layout, and she drills that double layout to the floor. What an amazing opportunity for Selena Harris to be back from UCLA, to be back here in Florida, and she's continuing that momentum, rotation after rotation. Watch this right here. Perfect handstand right on top. No deductions on there. Huge ray, catches with straight arms, and watch this double layout, just drills it onto the floor. She knows it's good, she's smiling, nothing can be taken off from that.
No, there's not a lot of deductions at all in that routine. And now Addie Wall following it up.
Georgia is definitely bringing the heat. They just did another Yurchenko 1.5 by Addie, another 10.0 start, very clean in the air. She is definitely an athlete to look forward to for this Georgia team.
And following up Nyla Aquino's 9.925, all season her career highs on vault. This is a big rotation here for Georgia, and they needed it. They were trailing by 4/10 coming into the second rotation. And now here is Leanne Wong, the reigning NCAA Bars champion. Friday Night Heights continues right after this. Number 1 Oklahoma and 10th ranked Alabama from Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. That is going to be a huge matchup. And here is Leanne.
She is just breathtaking on this event. She's going to do another release move here in the Roni half. Hits that handstand. Just a dismount here. She's capable of sticking this every single time she tries so hard to land it. But I will say there's no more college stick in gymnastics, so she must hold that dismount and that landing before she salutes to the judge. Let's take a look at this again. Super clean in the air. Legs pointed together, just that slight movement of forward. Again, holding that landing is super critical and exactly what the judges are looking for.
You have to hold it for a full second or they can take a 0.5 off, which when you get into the national championship, a 0.5 could very easily be the difference between a title and a runner-up. Georgia is trying to get back to that point, though. They're the most decorated program in NCAA history. 10 national championships, none since 2009. These new coaches are giving them a chance to return a proud program to its former glory.